Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast on a mission to inspire a world where food makes us better. Today, guys, we are talking about weight loss again, and it's going to be probably one of the last conversations, at least for a week or so. So next week, no weight loss. The reason why I'm talking so much about weight loss is because it's the reason why a lot of clients are coming to me, why a lot of people are reaching out to me, and I'm constantly doing some research, thinking about things, how to approach them better. Like, I'm constantly reflecting on my own journey. Like, how did I get to this place where I change my weight and my body composition as I want without weight loss plateaus or any problems at all. And I stay in the exact weight that I want to be in. And it's not always been the case, not at all. Like when I was growing up, especially during my teenage years, I had quite a lot of yo-yoing of my weight, but that's because my eating habits were yo-yoing, and there was also a lot of stress, and I had an autoimmune condition that was also visible, vitiligo. I don't know if you heard about it. So that added a lot of stress and insecurities. And then there was so little information about nutrition and actually what works, what doesn't work, even all the, vitamins and minerals, all this nutrition information that we have now. It's been quite a recent development. It's like with all these gene editing technologies, it's such a recent development, but it's so huge, and it's just hard to believe that at some point in our lifetime, in my lifetime, it wasn't available, it wasn't the case. And so I struggled with my weight a lot, with not understanding what nutrition, what food works for me, what healthy lifestyle was all about. And because I didn't know better, I struggled a lot. And I believe that any one of us can struggle. Even if you are totally healthy, if you start doing something that works against your body's biology or the way that your body works, something can break. And for a lot of people, a lot of things are going wrong right now. Like our food system is so far from ideal. Like all these are advertising, marketing, and all these messages created and distributed to sell us something, not necessarily, best interest. So that all makes it so confusing. And plus, it's so easy not to move, or move not in a good way, or not sleep and be stressed all the time. So many factors just come together. It's so easy to mess it up today. That's why I believe a lot of people are having troubles with weight. And plus, again, like all these products, like, do we really need another energy bar? Do we really need all these products? Like, guys, I rarely, if ever at all, I don't even remember the last time I bought anything in the aisle of packaged foods, except for the foods that is whole and was packaged, like maybe some nuts that come in a package, right? But besides that, I didn't buy any products like energy bars, protein bars, protein shakes. I didn't buy any of that. And I'm not missing out on anything ever. Like, I'm not, actually, I'm lying to you. I bought yesterday a can of flavored sparkling. So basically a sparkling that has the aroma of raspberries, but has no sweeteners, no nothing. That's my thing. I buy that sometimes. But besides that, and that also, it's not like I'm going to be missing it if I'm not having it. So besides that, guys, you don't need any of that. That's why healthy eating is not that expensive. It's not that complicated. Whole foods, and you'll be so much better off if you remove all the rest, and with that also all the added sugars and possibly added weird ingredients that don't really belong in our food supply. Anyhow, guys, back to weight loss. Today we are talking about weight loss through the lens of health, meaning when we take care of our health, when we are taking care of our health on a regular basis, consistently every single day, what I learned from my experience, weight loss becomes, and weight management becomes really easy. When the body is healthy, we mentally and physically, when we are healthy mentally and physically, we're not going to have those binging urges. Like, I don't overeat ever these days. I used to a lot. I used to binge, but not anymore. But I didn't feel that urge because I feel so nourished and healthy all the time and wanting to live my life and do things that for me, it became a foreign concept of overeating. Like, I eat, I'm no longer hungry, and that's it. Finito. I can't put anything in my body. Like, there is not just a desire, but there is, like, it feels very unnatural. And I think that's because I built up this health reserve when my body knows what's good for it. But anyhow, get back to our practice. When we are healthy, when we're truly healthy mentally and physically, we will have much better habits. It's going to be much easier to maintain them. And again, ideal body weight will just happen naturally. Now, for different people, that ideal body weight can be a little bit different. We do carry different body fat percentage on our bodies. Not everybody can maintain really lean physique. Our bodies are different, guys. Like, I don't believe that obesity is a healthy place to be, especially if it comes with health problems. But I also do believe that one can be beautiful and healthy in many sizes. And we are not designed to be at one specific body fat percentage. So please do understand this. And a lot of women coming to me, they are struggling to get to that ideal body weight when their bodies were not designed to maintain that body weight, meaning that for their specific body, a different body fat percentage is healthy, is what's needed, and what's probably on some level genetically programmed. And so, yeah, you can decrease the amount of body fat, but that might come with a lot of restrictions, a lot of deprivation, and a lot of unnatural behaviors when it comes to food, and a lot of added stress also. And that's not a great place to be, to constantly feel like you gotta restrict yourself, like you gotta constantly, count calories or whatever that might be, to be in that unnaturally lean for you state. Again, not everybody is designed to be at a certain body fat percentage. That's just not the case. And that goes to guys and to women. But women usually do carry, we are genetically programmed to carry more body fat. We always do have and maintain higher body fat percentage that guys do. The message is, first and foremost, weight loss through health, it's the best place to be. And it's totally achievable without any super restrictive and deprivation diets. But that body fat percentage, that's going to be your ideal body weight, it's not the same for everyone. Not at all, guys. So please do understand this. But that being said, it's not an excuse to eat junk food. Eating junk food will probably not ever... I never met that person who will be in their ideal body weight eating a lot of junk food. So, and to that, I also add any sorts of dessert and a lot of sugar, a lot of this nutrient empty substances. So it's not an excuse saying that you love your body and you can be in any size you want to eat all this junk. All this junk, your body notices that. That decreases the amount of your health, energy, and amount of healthy years you have in your life. With years, our health will inevitably deteriorate. And the more junk we put in our bodies, the faster that's deterioration gonna happen. And we're gonna notice it on our skin, how our body works, how our internal organ works, how much energy we have, vitality. So for all of these reasons, junk, a lot of added sugars, it's just not a good idea. So now back to weight loss through health. What are the aspects of health that we need to focus on to get to our ideal body weight that is easy for us to maintain and that doesn't require any struggle, any like conscious, limitations and restrictions from our side. So what are the aspects of those of healthy lifestyle that will allow us to get to our ideal body weight and stay there effortlessly? So first is sleep. Guys, sleep is huge. Sleep affects all the systems in our body. Good sleep or a lack of good sleep. Like most of the people are in that place where sleep quality is really not great. And a lot of people are still trying to sleep less. Please do not do that. Please dedicate 8 hours a night on the same schedule to sleep. If you're a human being, that's what you got to do. Matt Walker, PhD of sleep, as he likes to call himself, he's probably the researcher in the sleep sector right now. So he talks about this concept that if evolution could make it shorter, this very vulnerable state of sleep where we can't hunt for resources, we are really vulnerable to predators or to any danger. Like if evolution could cut that vulnerable state by any amount of hours, it probably would. And so it didn't, and probably it's essential. So please don't fight evolution. Don't fight your genetics. As a human being, we know we need about 8 hours of sleep. And you say, well, I just need 6 hours. Just because you're used to getting not enough sleep doesn't mean you are functioning at your best at it. Like that's a universal truth. We are really bad at estimating how much sleep we need. But from all the studies, from all the research, it seems for optimal performance on all levels, absolutely all levels, 8 hours of sleep, dedicating solid chunk of time every single night on the same schedule, that is the best for optimal human performance and optimal human health. And plus, all the studies show that one night of bad sleep or not enough sleep will make us hungrier for about 300 to 400 calories, and we're going to be hungrier for more processed, energy-dense foods like full of sugars and processed fats. We're going to be hungrier for those kinds of things, and we'll eat at least approximately 300-400 calories more. So sleep on so many levels, hormones, brain health, like all of that, like sleep is important. So please do not try to cut it, trying to do some crazy cardio or workout. Sleep is more important. Plus, if you are working out instead of sleep, all this fitness that you're trying to gain is going to be lost because the recovery, the adaptation happens, a lot of it happens during sleep. So sleep or lack of sleep also will undermine all of your efforts that you do in the gym. So sleep, 8 hours, same schedule is also important. Try to avoid social jet lag, meaning going to bed really late, like 3-4 hours later on the weekends. You're going to be catching up, again, studies show, for another 4 or 5 days after that to your optimal sleeping cycle, synchronizing all of your bodily systems. So they call it social jet lag. So please do try to avoid it at all cost. All this difference between your sleeping time on the weekends and on weekdays. Try to go to bed at the same time every single night. So that's the ideal. Then the second aspect of a healthy lifestyle is fasting. Guys, we do need, our digestive system needs all of our digestive organs that it's not just our stomach or our intestines, it's also our liver, our pancreas. A lot of organs are involved in our digestion, and we need to give them time to recover if we want them to function optimally. And so studies show if a person fasts less than 12 hours a day, meaning, you take into account your sleep for 8 hours and then 4 hours, maybe 2 hours before bed, 2 hours after you wake up. So if a person fasts less than 12 hours a day, they seem to have digestive problems, metabolic problems, increased inflammation, not so great control of blood sugar levels, and microbiota or microflora of our intestines, our microbiome will suffer, and our weight loss, maintenance of a healthy body weight will also suffer. So no less than 12 hours. Okay, guys. And then if you decide to do more of intermittent fasting, more hours on top of that, that might be an amazing thing, might not be. It all depends on what you do in the hours that you eat. Fasting is only good when it's combined with a well-designed, sufficient diet. If you're fasting all the time, it's also not great, because if you're fasting all the time or eating very little, some people do that. Some clients who come to me, especially women, do that. If you're constantly not getting enough nutrients, your health gonna suffer equally, just as it would from overeating. Not getting enough essential nutrients is just as bad or even worse than getting too many calories and too much junk into our body. So eating a diet that is sufficient in energy, in nutrients, vitamins, minerals, proteins, fats, fibers, that is as important as fasting. But when it comes to fasting, no less than 12 hours every single day. Not once in a while, but 12 hours, it's for every single day. When it comes to meals, 3 meals a day is a great place for most people to start with and to stay at. From all my experience, a lot of times what would happen, people would want to start eating 2 times a day or 1 meal a day, but it's hard to create a really good, nutritionally balanced diet eating less than 3 meals a day for most people. Not saying it's not possible, but saying that for most people, it's not doable, it's not maintainable. People start eating a very deficient diet when cutting those meals. For a long time, not saying you can't do it for a week, but sustainably for your whole life or the most of your time, it's not a great idea. So 3 meals a day would be a great place to start. On the same schedule is preferably, because all of our body system adjusts to our routine and to the timing of eating, our hunger levels, different hormones that our body needs to produce to, and different ferments or different substances that our body needs to produce to digest our food properly and to assimilate, to absorb all the nutrients. So same timing for your meals. It's also a great idea. Focus on whole foods, not products, guys. No matter what products are coming out, focus on whole foods. Whole foods, guys. You'll avoid so many problems, decisions that can be avoided, and it's going to be just so much easier to maintain good, normal, natural levels of your hunger and satiety when you focus on whole foods, not some unnatural substitutes or meal replacements. So whole foods, that's number one. Whole foods. Again, I'm not eating any bars for never, and I'm not missing out. And that's true for anyone, unless you decide to go to space and you have no other option but to eat some rations, or you're in the military and that's the only option. Unless you're a free human being who can cook and eat basically anything, understand that all those bars, meal replacements, they are a much inferior eating option for a human being. It's kind of also food for lazy and poor on time, but it's not a great place to be. And don't let any marketing tell you otherwise. It's very inferior, if I can say so, to whole food cooked meal options. It might seem like a luxury in our world where we're constantly rushing somewhere and never have time, but that's the best option. Don't fool yourself, guys. Whole food meals cooked, preferably by yourself or somebody who you know, that's the best option. So 3 meals a day. And then focus on a few things. Focus on making vegetables, non-starchy vegetables, green, colorful, fresh, and cooked, like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, bell peppers. There's so many. focus on those vegetables. Why non-starchy? The ones that don't have starch, like potatoes or cooked carrots or other starchy foods like beans, peas, or any sort of any whole grains. So focus on non-starchy vegetables first, because those have most fiber, most water, the least calories, the most vitamins and minerals per calorie than any other food group. It will help you to maintain your ideal body weight much easier, feeling fuller at the same time. I focus on vegetables all the time, and I believe this is one of the biggest reasons why it's so easy for me to stay lean, because every day I feel like I'm really full. When I eat so many vegetables, 500 to 800 grams per day, and I just feel so full because my stomach is literally that full, full of fiber, water, and in volume, it's a lot. And that's why it helps me to not be hungry and be really lean. So don't underestimate the power of vegetables. So focus on vegetables. Half or even 3/4 of your plate are dedicated to green and colorful, fresh and cooked non-starchy vegetables. Then focus on protein at the same time. The best protein, quality-wise, is animal protein. That especially shellfish, especially fatty fish, especially organ meats, but then also, your regular chicken, your regular meat. By the way, red meat or darker meat of chickens and turkeys, it would have more nutrients. So don't go for white meat because that would usually have much less nutrients. So focus on protein. In every of your meals, you should have a source of protein. If it's eggs, go for 3-4 eggs. If it's fish or meat or poultry, I would recommend to go no less than 150 grams per meal. And also, guys, don't skip the fat. Don't go for some fat-less chicken or turkey breast. Fats are essential, and I do recommend to eat no less than 50-60 grams of fat per day. Maybe more, but I do not recommend to eat less because fats are essential for our cells, for our hormones, for so many structures in our bodies are made of fats, hormones including. So please do not go fat-free ever. That is a very dangerous place to be. So focus on protein again, 150 grams, 3-4 eggs. When it comes to dairy products, depends, what kind of dairy you decide to eat because they vary a lot in their protein and fat percentage. But no less than at least 20 grams of protein, meaning if you take about 150 grams of fish or chicken, that would probably about 20-30 grams of protein, actual protein, right, as a molecule. So don't ever confuse meat with the amount of protein. For example, they are different. Focus on protein, don't skip the fats. Focus on veggies, protein, don't skip the fats. Manage your carbs according to your goals, according to your metabolic health, according to your activity levels. I usually eat quite a lot of fruit these days, but understand that this is the only carbohydrate-rich foods I'm eating. I'm not eating any grains, or I'm not eating any beans, any starches on most days. And also understand that I eat fruit only once a day on an empty stomach after my fasting and after my workout. So I'm quite carb depleted and I'm metabolically healthy, meaning I'm very insulin sensitive. And I never was obese or overweight a lot, and that just means that my metabolic health is it never was compromised. I was never really metabolically ill, so I can afford this. But you might have to manage your carbohydrates in a different way and might need to restrict a little bit. But from the best people in the field, you want to focus always on vegetables first, on fruit, on whole food carbohydrates. And if you are someone who needs to manage carbohydrates more, then please first eliminate grains, beans, starchy vegetables. Those seem to have more effect on your blood sugar than fruit would have. So again, grains, beans, starchy tubers like sweet potatoes. Those are the ones you want to look at first to manage your carbohydrates better. And then fruit, just make sure that whatever fruit you eat, it's whole fruit, not some juice or dried fruit or pureed or smoothied. And might be a good idea to not eat a lot of sweet fruit. Like if I eat bananas, I eat them almost every day, but I eat only one banana. I'm not going out and eating like a whole bunch of bananas, right? I never eat grapes because this is like too much sugar and not much of anything else. Like there is no potassium like bananas would have. Some other, high sugar fruit might be like papayas, mangoes, pineapples, depending also whether they're ripe or not and the variety. But those are the sweetest fruit and you might need to limit or avoid those. And dried fruits, of course, guys, fresh fruit, not dried fruits. So we talked about sleep, we talked about fasting, we talked about 3 meals a day and focus on veggies, protein, don't skip the fat, manage carbohydrates. We talked about focusing on whole foods. We also, guys, supplement, especially if you are trying to lose weight and restricting your food in any way. Supplement with a multivitamin, and maybe you'll need some other substances like maybe vitamin D that is not always present in a multivitamin, maybe omega-3 fatty acids, maybe sometimes you'll need calcium or iron. In each individual case, it'll be a little bit different. So I can't recommend you, all the supplements you might need because I didn't know you, but at least take a multivitamin. I would probably for most of the people also recommend omega-3 fatty acids or fish oil or cod liver oil, just because there is no harm in taking good quality omega-3 fats or fish oil supplement. There are only benefits, and most people aren't getting enough, and they're highly anti-inflammatory. So that's why it might help you to lose weight too, but not directly. So supplement with a multivitamin at least. Stress management is a huge thing. I'm not going to go deep today on it, but stress does affect our weight a lot, like a lot. So if you're constantly feeling like you're anxious, worried, and stressed, you might not get to your ideal body weight until you address those. I actually will tell you that you will not get to your ideal body weight unless you address this. So if you're feeling anxious, worried, stressed all the time, and you aren't sleeping on top of that, that's going to affect your sleep a lot. And then movement. Don't forget to move. And you don't have to do a lot of working out, but please do walk at least for an hour a day. The best time is when the sun rises. At that point, going for a walk doesn't have to be a lot. You can do just, 15 minutes, but try to walk at least an hour a day. Walking after your meals will help you to manage your blood sugar better and will help you with weight loss a lot. So walking after your meals is an amazing practice, but no less than an hour a day. That's my recommendation. And also do work on other aspects of your physical health. Do lift something heavy to maintain a lean body mass. We are losing muscles after 30 unless we do something about it. Do work on your cardiovascular health, maybe run sometimes, maybe sprint sometimes. You don't have to do it every day at all. It's actually bad probably to do it every single day, but get out of breath once in a while. At least once a week, do something like hardcore sometimes. And then also I would work on stretching, flexibility, mobility, your sense of balance. I'm working on that every day, doing some yoga, some ballet classes that I actually do at home, taking online classes. Stretching, coordination, mobility, all of these aspects of our fitness will contribute to your long-term health and also will help you to manage your stress much, much better. Guys, so to recap, weight loss through health, the aspects of your lifestyle and eating that you want to focus on. Number 1, sleep, same schedule, give it enough time, 8 hours. Fasting, no less than 12 hours every single day, 3 meals a day on the same schedule. That is a great, place to be for most people. When you eat, do focus on whole foods, do focus on veggies, half or 3/4 of your plate, green and colorful, raw and cooked, non-starchy is where you want to stay for most of the time. Focus on veggies, focus on protein. Animal-based protein is the best when it comes to quality and all the amino acids in it. Don't skip the fats. I would recommend 50-60 grams of fat per day. Usually that will come in whole foods. Maybe sometimes you would add some olives, maybe sometimes avocados, maybe nuts and seeds. That's great. Dark chocolate, also amazing, with no sugar preferably. Manage your carbohydrates according to your needs, to your metabolic health. Timing your carbohydrates might help to manage your blood sugar response when you eat carbohydrates. What else? Supplement, at least multivitamin, probably omega-3 fatty acids is also a great idea, or fish oil. Manage your stress. If you are feeling anxious, worried, stressed all the time, address this, please. Walking, movement, walk at least an hour a day. It's a great idea to walk at the beginning of the day when the sun is rising, and then also after your meals, and no less than an hour is my recommendation. And also lift heavy things, sometimes get out of breath by doing something fast and intense. Work on your flexibility, mobility, coordination, sense of balance. And by practicing that consistently, by practicing that every single day to some degree, you'll be able to get into your ideal body weight without worrying too much of anything else, really, of carbohydrates, calories, or, any other stuff that's out there these days. There is so much when it comes to nutrition and healthy eating and dieting. So the basics, guys, the basics, but practice them consistently, all of them. So that's a weight loss through health. If you have any questions, guys, always feel free to reach out to ask any questions on any social media where you find me, or by email, angela@createyourself.today. So feel free to reach out. Share this episode with another person who is equally dedicated to healthy lifestyle, and also with whom you might practice some of the things you learned about today. So share, practice, learn, and guys, have an awesome weekend. And as usual, till next time, eat better daily.